Week 2 of Season of the Wish, and things are starting to heat up. An issue arises as we try to retrieve more eggs from Riven's clutch. Crow and Petra speak about his past as Uldren Sov and the issues arising now in the Dreaming City. Osiris discussing the Veil and Traveler and single entity they used to be, and voice lines from Shaxx about Mara Sov and his passionate night with her. Welcome Guardians, let's recap Week 2 of Season of the Wish. We first begin by speaking to Riven. She talks about her eggs. Last week we learned it wouldn't be so simple to find these. They aren't all available in the lair to collect. They've been misplaced through the Ley Lines, and we'll have to align them and sort of jump in at the right time to be able to find them. She calls it strange but not unintentional that these eggs were moved around.
A timely arrival, Guardian. Another egg from my clutch will soon pass by our reality. You should prepare to claim it. It is a strange turn of events that they were cast into the Ascendant Plane. Strange, but not unintentional, I suspect. Ask yourself, who would benefit from such a situation? Who wields the requisite mastery over the Ley Lines? Who has a history of sequestering the Ahamkara to keep them hidden? I said before that I do not trust Mara Sov. Tell me, do you? She offers you praise and gifts, bequeaths to you a share of her power. Is she different from an Ahamkara? From me? Do you truly believe she wishes for nothing in return? Know this, Guardian. I have been forthright about what I stand to gain from our arrangement. A future for my otherwise extinct kind. Mara, on the other hand, what does she stand to gain?
So someone has misplaced these eggs on purpose, it would seem. My first thought comes to Savathun, but we are unsure. Savathun led us to the first egg and the wish, so it seems like she still has her plans of cunning, and we're not sure what she's up to right now while she's roaming her throne world. Riven speculates that this is Mara who's moved the eggs. She has control over the Dreaming City and its secrets, but we are unsure. In the mission for this week, we head into Riven's lair to retrieve the next egg. Riven speaks to Petra during this mission about the missing Corsairs. Petra has some lingering thoughts about her part in the Dreaming City's corruption and what has been lost. This place used to be beautiful, but now Corsairs are lost in the cycle. Taken corruption spreads from the effects of the Last Wish raid. Mara updates us on the Taken, and the Queen and Riven compare their sides.
The Techians' calculations look promising so far. The next egg should be close. Be cautious. The Taken have already gained a foothold here.
They spread their influence with mindless fervor, much like AWOKEN royalty. Wrath of the Queen, this is not your fight. Somewhere out there, a pack of doomed Corsairs waits for you.
I'll be there. They know I'll always be there.
You want to help them. You would do anything.
I will. Without you.
Absent a commanding will, the Taken return to more basic directives. Their corruption may reshape these holes. Deal with them before the path collapses around us. You set obstacles in our path, mock our efforts, all while we seek to save your eggs. Is gloating over the ruin you made of our home worth losing them forever?
You set the snare, then complained that I refused to lay my neck within it. To beg and weep for what you desire, that is not in me.
corruption. Such a high concentration of energy will destabilize the Ley Lines. Destroy it, or our efforts end here.
Another egg secured. Well done, Guardian.
The Taken aren't the only creatures attempting to thwart us. Riven seeks to entangle us in another loop, to keep us chasing down her clutch while the Witness runs rampant.
If this is a game, it suits your purposes. Sealing the eggs away, buying time for your broken warlock to cheat me. You have my terms. See this through, or make peace with your fate.
So the two battle. Riven wants to make a new curse here to make sure she wins, gets all of her eggs. She believes that Mara is hiding these eggs on purpose so we can stall while Osiris finds a way into the Traveler. At the helm, Petra speaks about the remainder of the eggs. There's an issue. If we stay on this path week after week, the eggs will be too far out and unobtainable. Petra provides a new solution, Mara's personal Harbinger. The Harbingers are very mysterious, awoken superweapons and magics like seen during the Battle of the Taken King. One still exists that we know of, and it belongs to Queen Mara. The Harbinger can traverse the Ley Lines apparently and find these eggs, but first in order to do that we need a signal to guide it through. To find said signal, we head to the Chamber of Starlight Lost Sector to retrieve the Starlight Lodestone, an awoken artifact Mara can use to signal the Harbinger through the Ley Lines and find the remaining eggs.
Made excellent progress. But the remainder of the clutch will never reach us if they remain on their current trajectories. Queen Mara and her Techians once communed with the Harbingers, entities that can traverse the weft and weave of the Ley Lines. Mara's personal Harbinger can bring the clutch home, but she'll need to guide it with a signal. We need you to retrieve a Starlight Lodestone. It's a channeling medium the Queen can use to signal the Harbinger. All this to help Riven while the Dreaming Halls remain locked in her curse. The temporal loop that binds the Dreaming City could continue to plague the reef indefinitely. I wish my people could rest. I wish I could aid the trapped Corsairs across our shores. But Riven's curse is just a preamble compared to the final shape. The Witness seeks to finish what it started with the collapse. And so we remain occupied. And Rhea Sylvia burns. I regret we can do no more to advance your position in the field, but I'll be in touch as soon as the Queen finishes her communion.
How many ceremonies did I attend here? They weren't all lofty, serious affairs. The lights, the singing. It was beautiful once. Incassia slain. Until she rises again. She'll go on haunting the Chamber of Starlight forever. Shuro Chi says, if beautiful places cannot survive, why fight at all? I'll have to come up with an answer for her. Bring back the Lodestone, Guardian. Let's move on.
At the helm, Crow and Petra speak. Crow is upset about the Dreaming City. He can remember everything Uldren did, and returning here makes it worse. Riven's trick started Uldren's badness long ago, and Petra tells this to Crow.
So this is what? The third bargain we've struck with a compulsive liar?
Having your back to the wall is never a good feeling.
It's so much worse. Being back in the Dreaming City.
Now that you remember?
I know every inch of it. The gardens, the palace. How it used to be. Before Riven's curse.
Crow.
If it wasn't for me, the curse would never have happened.
Riven used you. Used us. Our grief, our desperation. I wanted vengeance more than anything. The truth is, if I thought hiding from my guilt would help anyone, I'd be on the far side of the system.
You don't think we're just making the same mistake?
Uldren used to say, if you don't like the odds, don't sit at the table. Trusting Riven is a risk. But without her, we have no way of pursuing the witness. I'd rather risk failing than wait here for the final shape.
Right there with you.
At the holoprojector, Osiris gives us some big breakthrough news this week. We've heard about parts of this before, but he sort of puts it all together. The Traveler and Veil were once together. The Ghost formed the link, a link that's always been there since the beginning of time. He continues to try and find a way through the portal on Neptune with the Veil, while Mara and the Guardians stay the course.
Guardian, we are coming to the final moments. These choices, these risks, they mean everything. Mara requests that I provide some small measure of insurance should Riven prove too perilous a gamble. I've learned the Veil is linked to the Traveler, that this link was not created. It is a primal truth of their existence, a pairing. The Witness accessed this link through your ghost. The motions of what it did are written in the Veil's own memory. But like an incantation, without the ritual, the understanding, the words, so to speak, the motions, are useless. My attempts to recreate what the Witness did, to follow it, have been inadequate. And dangerous. I must temper my ambitions. The Veil is the power of consciousness, made manifest in our physical world. It whispers an electromagnetic language that resonates with our minds. One that can be deciphered, but not by the laws we wield in this universe. It's no easy task. If there is another way to follow the Witness, I'll find it here, on Neptune. It will take time, as all things do. Continue to aid Mara, and I will uncover what knowledge I can.
Upon returning the egg to Riven, she speaks about the difficulties ahead to retrieve the others, Mara's plan with the Harbinger.
Another egg safely retrieved. I may have to make good on my word. Though from what the Techyons whisper, the rest will prove more elusive. Mara may have to take drastic measures to catch them. All reward requires risk. Mara knows this truth better than most. That is what first enticed me to stay with the Sov siblings. Their penchant for adventure. Their unquenchable ambition. Each of them deliciously reckless in their own way. Your Crow hides it well, but I can still smell Uldren's daring nature on him. Imagine what he could accomplish if only he'd embrace it. Ah, but you charge headlong into danger without a second thought. All for the promise of power. I knew from the first moment I set eyes on a light bearer that your kind would change everything for the Ahamkara. And oh, how right I was.
So these plot threads are starting to heat up. Riven and Mara butting heads, Crow's past as Uldren haunting him once more, and Riven possibly using that to her advantage. The terminal entry this week gets very spicy. Just listen first, you don't need me to explain.
Queen Mara, I hail you now out of necessity of the heart. Else I feel as though I will burst into solar flame. Long have I admired you from afar, ever since you graced me with your power and benevolence in the Reef Wars. Not a day goes by without me thinking back to the time you bade me repay that debt to you. How we spent hours together, long into the night. Would that you spirit me to your side again, to serve as your consort, your knight, your humble vassal, anything to be near you. I beg you to grant me an audience once more. Please give me the gift and the privilege of basking in your favor. For without you, I shall wither and crumble into dust, to be scattered across the cosmic winds.
This again? You and I both know he sounds nothing like that, Riven.
Perhaps I should use a voice with which you are even more intimately familiar. How about...
Do not speak her name.
As you wish, O Majesty mine.
So Shaxx speaks to Mara about their night long ago of passion, but in the end it was just Riven the whole time, using his voice as a joke. Mara knows this is fake and Riven's like, oh, I could use her voice instead, meaning Sir Ido's voice, Mara's first Queen's Wrath and companion long ago, to which Mara gets very angry. This little trick was a great choice to switch up the lore and bring these characters back into the story. I hope we get to see more of Sir Ido this season, maybe in a mission, or at least more dialogue with her voice, but for now, this is what we have. Week 2 had us reclaim some more eggs and the Starlight Lodestone, so in the coming weeks, Mara can signal her Harbinger through the Ley Lines to retrieve the remaining eggs. If you'd like to see some more Destiny lore and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching and I'll catch you all in the next video.